All new at 10, we hear from a man attacked with a knife by his neighbor, a man who told police that God made him do it. ABC 15's Brian Webb is live in our newsroom tonight after talking to the victim tonight. And Brian, this happened as the couple was sitting down to dinner.
They were just minding their own business when they look up and see this man, 42-year-old Richard Hess, glaring at them through the window with what they call a crazed look in his eye. It happened at this apartment complex in East Mesa last night. The victim...
Apartment complex? So you're inside of an apartment, you look up, and there's a man outside your window staring at you? Okay.
Tells me that Hess, his next door neighbor, broke the window with his fist and threatened to kill him while holding a knife and saying over and over again, "Today is the day you're going to die." These threats coming from a man they've never met or even said one word to. Hess later told police he believed his neighbors were terrorists trying to kill him with poison gas through the vents.
You see, you know what the difference is? We as black people, we don't use stories like this to build propaganda against white people. Whereas they will take a video like this, post it, share it on Facebook, on X, and they would get a bunch of comments. Oh, there goes the black people again. Black Americans just don't have that type of racism, that type of hatred that white supremacists have. That's all it is. If we did, we'd use videos and clips like this the same way they use them.
And that God told him to kill them.
I don't know this guy from Adam. He's busting my window in, which obviously means you mean some business, and I see a knife in his pocket. That's more than enough for me.
Hess is facing several charges. Other neighbors tell me he is a war vet who has been in and out of treatment for mental illness. Stephanie Seth, the man you heard from, and his fiance, they've already...
I don't care what he is. That's another problem. They tend to try to make excuses for white violence. No, we're not going to do that. We're just going to deal with you as a violent entity, just like you all do with us. Y'all don't look into our background and try to make excuses for our violence, so we're not going to do that with you.
All right, new tonight here at 10 o'clock, a pretty incredible story of a family of three wondering why their baby dog...
We're going to save this story because this is a crazy story. We're going to come back to this. Yeah, let's come back to this. Y'all remember this crazy story?
To one of...
Now listen, try not to laugh because some of this stuff is funny, but it's not funny. Violence is not funny. But this lady shot her neighbor in the face with a flare gun.
Have an ongoing feud. Now, one of them has pulled out a flare gun. Yes, a flare gun. Stephen Fabian is on the scene.
The lady has a menacing message for her neighbor.
Didn't think I'd do it, huh? Did you?
You see, did you hear what she said? You didn't think I'd do it, huh? Did you? And she's got a flare gun right there in her hand.
Message for her neighbor.
Didn't think I'd do it, huh? Did you?
Do what?
Out of nowhere, she opens fire and hits her neighbor in his face with a flare gun.
Idiot!
Enraged, the elderly fellow lunges at her and slams her to the ground.
Idiot! What the is wrong with you?
The woman with the flare gun was identified as 76-year-old Kathleen Schumann. She was literally put in chains and placed in a paddy wagon.
She tried to kill him. According to her own testimony, she said she was trying to kill him.
This is the same type of flare gun that was used in the shooting. Now, they can be great during an emergency situation, but they can cause serious damage when used as a weapon. The neighbor who was hit, Richard Catrone, suffered a giant burn to his face. Video on YouTube shows just how powerful the shot from a flare gun can be. The watermelon is actually on fire after taking a direct hit. This woman lives in between the warring neighbors on Long Island. She does not want to be identified. She says the long-standing feud is over their pets.
What do you think?
It's over their pets. I've been telling people for years, dogs are a major reason why neighbors have falling outs. It's definitely one of the top reasons. Top 3 reasons, no question.
Think she was trying to do?
Kill him. She said so.
She was trying to kill him.
She said those words. I should have killed you. I meant to kill you.
Another neighbor.
She said, I meant to kill you. Used a flare gun.
Saw the action from her apartment.
I just couldn't believe it.
He's old and decrepit. He tries to slam her to the ground and ended up falling himself.
Another neighbor saw the action from her apartment.
I just couldn't believe it. I saw the flare because from my window I heard a loud bang. These things.
You violent, uncivilized. See, we don't even have it in us to build this type of propaganda campaign that they have with us. But you gotta understand, people. Propaganda always precedes policy. Shout out to, I forgot who I heard that from, Dennis Sperling, the lawyer, Dennis Sperling. Propaganda always precedes policy. And they're trying to build propaganda because, you know, they want to increase harm and injustice. That's what propaganda is for. You have to take it seriously. In Nazi Germany, the propaganda preceded the attacks. Slave system, propaganda preceded the attacks. Right now, we're dealing with a bunch of propaganda. These people are trying to paint Black Americans as the greatest threat to America. Based on what? Based on how violent we are. This is according to them. Based on how violent we are and the fact that we have broken homes. The fact is they're violent as well, just as violent, if not more violent. And you all, your homes are just as broken. Yeah, you might have more fathers in your homes, but you also got a lot more fathers inside of those homes and mothers molesting your own children. That is a broken home. Stop with the moral grandstanding.
Things should not escalate to the point that you feel like you have to shoot somebody in the face with a flare.
Yeah, you just have to be very demonic. You have to be very violent. Right? That's all that is. And the majority of white-on-white violence involves neighbors. They are always attacking their neighbors. Their white neighbors.
You gotta come over here.
Did you hear that? He said you gotta come over here. Let's go full screen.
Yeah, I can't get at the front door. You gotta come over here. Hey, it's not. I apologize. Listen, mama. Oh, right fucking now. I told you if you ever can talk to me like that, you can talk to somebody else like that, motherfucker. Not me. I am not around. I'm not.
Look at this violent man. Did you hear the neighbor? The neighbor apologized. He said, look, I apologize. He said that as the guy was walking up.
Hey, it's not. I apologize.
Dude, apologize. Why'd you still attack him? Now I get it. Some people do things and they apologize. They do the same thing again, apologize. Do the same thing again, apologize. But dude, you just go straight to violence, huh?
Listen, mother. Oh, right now. I told you if you ever can talk to me like that, you can talk to somebody else like that, motherfucker. Not me. I am not around. I'm not Mark. I'm not anybody fucking else. I told you I would do up like this little god. You can never talk to me like that, motherfucker. You. Oh. Do you think you wanna fucking come at me, motherfucker? I didn't. I was just don't talk to me like that. All right, let me call. God, let me call the sheriff. Yeah, you go ahead, Al. You better run too. All right, you can run anywhere, motherfucker. Hey, you know what? Didn't you send me a message?
The funny thing is, the guy in the green shirt really can't fight. He can't fight, dude. But he's violent. What was this all about? That's assault. What's your problem? We got to do something about these violent people.
Imagine your team only bigger, much bigger.
Yeah, we can't just sit back and allow this type of violence to fester. This guy needs help. Huh? The usual suspects. Isn't that what they say about us? The usual suspects.
Two is moving after she says her husband was attacked by a neighbor and part of it was caught on camera.
Yeah, her husband is now in the hospital with a severe brain injury, and 13 Action News reporter Parker Collins shows us why the family is terrified.
The family I spoke to has lived in a home near here for several years.
Now, this is a serious attack. This is a serious attack.
Recently, they've had a few terrifying run-ins with a neighbor. Watch how the latest one unfolded. You can see one neighbor charging at the other. Matthew Thomas was arrested earlier this month for battery with substantial bodily harm. Danielle Chatfield says her family has had several disputes with the neighbor in the past. Everything from fireworks to the latest incident, which stemmed from noise. Her husband is now in the hospital. Chatfield says he has a severe brain injury. She's called the police and is going through the courts.
A brain injury? Look at him. Look at him. What is this? You mean, hey, this wasn't done by black people. This wasn't a black neighbor.
In the meantime, she feels there's nothing else she can do but move.
I feel like it's a horrible nightmare that I should be waking up from, and I wake up every day and it's not. It's the same day over again. I'm reliving it every single morning.
Now you gotta move. Now you're about to move. All because you got a violent neighbor. I wouldn't be doing that. I ain't going nowhere. I don't understand how people get pushed around like that. I don't care who you are. If you're too big for me to beat up, I got other options, and you're gonna get them options. You wanna have a contest to see who crazier? Okay, I'm down. Yeah, I'm not gonna be bullied. That's not gonna happen.
Neighborhood bullies are loud, brash, and rude.
Shut up!
They come in all shapes and sizes.
That's California, bitch. Move it, you hoe.
And yes, they can even be ill-mannered grandmothers. Like this woman in Canberra, Australia.
Come a bit closer, excuse me, mate. Show me what you're really all about. Show me what a good man.
I'm on my side. I'm allowed to be here. You hack our trees, I have not touched your rocks.
This senior citizen is ticked off that the rocks along her property line are missing, and she claims it's her neighbor who is behind their disappearance.
And the crazy thing is, watch what she does. Watch this.
Over there.
But the woman's insults soon turn sinister as she begins spraying a mysterious substance at the man.
I did not mean to show that video. That was not supposed to be part of the archives.
Listen to this. An Alabama man is accused of attacking another man with a machete after an argument about a dog doing his business in a yard.
Now, the victim is in critical condition. Jeffrey Walker of Stevenson is facing a charge of attempted murder tonight. He turned himself into the Jackson County Jail this morning.
And investigators said Walker attacked 41-year-old Chris Gaylor on Sunday. Gaylor could lose portions of his arm and leg as a result of the attack.
Jeez. All over dog excrement. Really? You hacked the man's arm and leg with a machete. Now he might need his arm and leg amputated. Jeez. Just unnecessary violence.
Investigators said the attack happened after Walker became upset over a dog doing its business in Walker's yard. Neighbors said Gaylor apologized to Walker and began picking it up when the attack began.
What? So the dog owner apologized and proceeded to pick it up. And as he was picking it up, he attacked him with the machete. Gee, the rage must have been out of control. He just couldn't contain it. He wasn't satisfied with the apology. He wasn't satisfied with the man physically picking it up. He wanted to hurt him. Yeah, he apologized. Yeah, he's picking it up. But I want to hurt him. I want to kill him. He got charged with attempted murder. He actually tried to unalive the man as he was complying. I'm sorry, let me pick it up, and you still attack him? Jeez.
And it almost gives you goosebumps. Absolutely eerie, and it almost gives you goosebumps, wondering so many questions going through your head. So it still is not clear why the woman vandalized this home in Pasadena, California, destroying several front windows, as you can see. Now, witnesses say the woman may have been having a mental health issue, but the homeowner, he believes his family was targeted.
He got targeted. This is not normal. 3 times she came back swinging that pickaxe, seeing my mother-in-law, seeing my newborn in her hands.
Could you imagine your neighbor doing this? Coming over with a pickaxe, destroying your home?
Just no remorse.
Here is the moment a family's sense of safety was violently taken away as their neighbor, Beverly Baker, carrying a pickaxe, marched up to their home, smashing their windows. Inside the house, a grandmother is caring for her 6-week-old granddaughter. As Baker walks away, the grandmother yells for her son-in-law. Then, the 65-year-old neighbor returns. Smashing a total of 8 windows and says,
Questions? Questions, anyone?
She literally feels like she saw the devil look her in the eyes because she had no emotion, just swinging away.
Armin Tukadarian owns the house in Pasadena, California. His newborn daughter was sleeping in a bassinet near the window when Baker went on the attack.
Oh my
Luckily,
God.
the grandma picked her up just in time.
The glass shards from these giant windows were literally double her size, right in her bassinet where my daughter was laying. If she was 5 seconds late, my daughter would no longer be with us. This is our brand new home. We're not even done building the house. And my wife, my kid can't even come home. They're terrified. They don't want to come home.
Pasadena police arrested Baker, who's facing a charge of felony vandalism. They say it appears she was suffering from a mental health crisis. But Armin, who is of Armenian descent, feels this is a hate crime.
We got targeted. This is not normal. 3 times she came back swinging that pickaxe.
He says a hate crime. Okay, so he's not buying the mental illness story. Now, it doesn't even look like neither of these people are white, actually. I don't know what this lady is. She don't quite look white. And he is Armenian. But that's close enough. You know, you're white, you're still white. I don't care what you Armenian. Yeah, I understand. We as black people, we look at all white people. You're just white. If you're white skinned, you're just a white person. That's how we look at it. And this might be a part Keisha. This lady might be part Keisha. And if she part Keisha, guess what? That's the white supremacist disciple. That's the white supremacist. That's like the Frankenstein of white supremacists. Just like the doctor created Frankenstein, white supremacists created Keisha. I could actually show videos of Keisha being violent, and those would qualify as white violence. Okay, let's keep it moving.
And I got you on video that you're destroying my car.
Chatsworth, California. A dispute over a parking spot has sent this hammer-wielding neighbor into a rage.
Get the out of this neighborhood. Yep. Cool, lady. Call, please. I'm calling. Don't worry.
The woman's neighbors have made claims of racism and harassment since they moved next door to her over a year ago. They dial 911.
Hi, I'm at one. My neighbor has two hammers in her hand and she's assaulting
She said, go back to Mexico.
in the car. She is destroying property, and I have her on video. Call, please.
As a result of her senseless attack on the car, the woman was later arrested for felony vandalism. She was released without bail and is currently awaiting trial.
Released without bail? You think that's smart? You want to release a person like that? There's video. Clearly this lady is out of her mind and is a danger. She's a threat. And you arrest her, charge her, and then just let her go? Wow. That just goes to show they don't look at their own kind as violent. They give each other slaps on the wrist. But when a black person does something, you get hit with the maximum penalty. And then all the white supremacists take the footage, share it to Facebook, share it to Twitter, and then all the other white supremacists flock to the video and leave comments talking about how this is black culture. You see, black Americans have not invested that type of time and energy. We are not racist. That's the difference. White supremacists are genuinely racist. Black Americans are not.
Take a look at this video just released. It shows what happened after two Florida men got in an argument last month. You see one chasing the other with his tractor. The wife of the man being chased called 911.
See, this is why we don't, treat these stories the same. We look at stories like this and laugh. Seriously. Usually when white people get violent, we think it's funny. We don't use it to try to demonize the white race. You know how sick you gotta be to do that? And that's how sick you white supremacists are. You use a clip here and a clip there, and this is black culture. They're so desperate to build negative propaganda against us. Again, y'all need to just leave us alone. That's the problem here. Y'all don't know how to mind y'all flipping business. Stop being little hateful, racist, demonic, evil devils. Mind your business and stop touching children. Go get you some mental help.
And when you say he came after your husband with his tractor, did he chase him down or?
Yeah, he chased him down on his tractor, and my husband had to run. Yes.
The man got away safely. The attacker is charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. This all happened because of a property dispute. Now, I should not laugh, but you got to admit
Florida,
that's pretty
Carol.
strange.
I told y'all to try not to laugh. And I'm sorry, I've had to laugh at a couple of these.
No, touch me,
Calm
I'll
down.
kill you.
Calm down.
Let her.
Calm
let
down.
her. Let her. Let her.
Calm down.
Let her. Let her.
Calm down.
Let her.
Hey.
Let her. No,
Piece
let
of
her.
trash.
Let her.
Hey.
Let her. No, let her. Call the police. Call.
Get a survey.
Call the police.
Hey.
I've already called the police. Okay, let the police come out here.
Yeah,
Do
you're
it.
fucking dirty cop back
Do it.
there.
Do
Told
it.
you not to call.
Do it. Do it.
You go back in your fucking house.
Do it.
Jeez. Dang, lady. Why don't you calm down? You attack your neighbors. You break their signs. You throw the signs at them. Jeez, lady. Chill out. What's with the anger? What's with the rage? As I was looking at these videos, I couldn't help but notice the unwarranted, unprovoked rage. And when they go into a rage, they can't snap out of it. They're just out of control, and it's truly disturbing. It's disturbing. And if I had a parent like that, man, that would be a nightmare. That'd be a nightmare. It'd be like torture every day inside your own home.
Pennsylvania State Police
Now,
respond.
people, brace yourself. This neighbor this man unalived his neighbor, and he used the mask from a horror movie. What was that movie? They're going to bring it up here. Listen, this is an extremely disturbing story, right? Extremely disturbing.
Pennsylvania State Police responded to the 200 block of Carbon Street in Lehighton for an active assault Monday afternoon around 3:30.
At the request of the Carbon County District Attorney, Pennsylvania State Police Trooper and Major Case Team assumed the investigation.
Troopers say they saw video surveillance showing the victim, 59-year-old Edward Whitehead Jr., being struck with a chainsaw and a knife to the head by 30-year-old Zach Russell Moyer, who lived in the home next door.
He used a chainsaw and a knife to the head.
The suspect's house had a perimeter set up around it, and through successful negotiations, the suspect exited and was taken into custody without incident.
Police say Moyer was wearing a ghost mask and a black costume-like garment, consistent with the Scream movie character.
Okay, the horror movie was called Scream. If I'm not mistaken, they made a series, part 1, part 2, part 3. And I remember that mask. Again, the movie Scream. He put that mask on, and he also put on like the whole outfit. It's basically a Halloween outfit, and unalived his neighbor using a knife and a chainsaw. This is a real horror movie type unaliving of his neighbor.
Movie character.
He was wearing this during the commission of the crime.
Whitehead was transported to a local hospital where he later died from his injuries. People in the community are shaken up after the incident. We spoke to a concerned resident off camera.
Well, it was very sad. I just don't understand the world we live in right now. It's kind of...
I'm with you. This world is becoming extremely wicked, extremely evil, immoral, everything negative that you can think of. That's what's going on with this world. And people like us, we are the positive energy of the universe right now, of this world. It's people like us. We're the only positive energy of this world. all the criticisms that we wage against whites and against blacks, against black women, okay, is in hopes of bettering everything. And it's in hopes of a better world as a result.
Kind of scary.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, kind of scary. That's an understatement, dude. Put on a Halloween costume, a scream mask. He was crazy for real. Lord. So that concludes this episode of Violent White People. I'm going to show more attention to violence.
Working in the office setting, I learned some of my best tricks. You know what I learned from?
Violence, degeneracy, because this new wave of projecting blacks as violent and as the greatest threat to the country is dangerous. This is dangerous propaganda. They're trying to create the conditions where black men are attacked in any and every way possible, and nobody cares. They're creating the conditions, creating the environment for nonstop injustice towards black men, primarily. Remember, the Charlie Kirk types actually was allied with black women because he would lie in defense of black women. As he looked at the single mothers in the black community, he said it's all because those black men are irresponsible and abandon their responsibilities. When that is a lie. That's an outright lie. The vast majority of those single mothers left their kids' fathers. They left him. Either moved out or kicked him out, got her a new boyfriend. So I don't want to hear it. Y'all trying to build propaganda against us because you are obsessed with attacking us. You white supremacists function like a group of demons. This is the long and short of it. You're obsessed with violence. Y'all always trying to say that we are obsessed. It's actually you. You're obsessed with violence. You're obsessed with being violent against us. You're obsessed with projecting yourselves as morally superior. This moral grandstanding that you're doing, you're so anxious to do that many of you are going around to college campuses just to talk about how evil and how much of a problem black Americans are. No, you're about to get pushback. You're about to get pushback. And I don't think you're going to be able to handle the pushback. I'm going to keep this in everybody's faces. I'm going to keep the facts in everybody's faces. Whites lead in almost all categories of crime. Period. Okay? Rape, robbery, aggravated assault. Remember, this column is white, this column is black. Rape, they lead. Robbery. Okay? Now blacks lead in robbery. That's the two. Robbery. But who are they robbing? They're mostly robbing black people. They're not going out to those stupid suburbs. Black people get expensive things too. We get a jewelry too, all kind of stuff. They're mostly robbing each other. So that's not y'all's problem. So I don't want to hear it. Y'all lead in aggravated assault, burglary. So even though we lead in robbery, y'all lead in burglary. And again, don't talk to me about us being 13%, I'll slap you. Larceny, theft, motor vehicle theft, arson, violent crime, all these categories, they lead. Property crime, other assaults, forgery and counterfeiting, fraud, embezzlement, stolen property, vandalism, they lead in all of these categories. Weapons carrying possession, prostitution, and commercialized vice. They lead in all these categories. Now we know sex offenses and the very worst kinds of sex offenses, they lead once again. Drug abuse violations, gambling, offenses against family and children. Please don't get us started with that. Driving under the influence. Now that's a huge gap right there. Look at that. When you drive under the influence, you put other lives at risk. You all are in no position to moral grandstand against Black Americans. We are shutting this nonsense down. It's the end of the road for you. Liquor laws, drunkenness, disorderly conduct, vagrancy, all other offenses. They look at that. Look at that. All other offenses except traffic. I said, look at it. Their rate is 3 times higher. 577,000 compared to 1.5 million. See, this is partly where their motivation comes from to project us as criminals. It comes from their own knowledge that they themselves are criminal and violent. So they want to project their own dysfunction off on to someone else. And it's always us. But we putting a stop to that. History is not going to record white Americans or white supremacists putting Black people in their place in 2025. I know that's what you all want the history books to record, that around this time, 2020 to 2025 or whatever, white Americans really put the Black people in their place. That's not what history is recording. Do you know what it's actually recording? It's recording your moral grandstanding. You all attempting to project yourselves as morally superior and falling flat on your faces. Failing to do so. And it is going to record a mirror being put up to your faces. You are not less criminal. You do not have greater morals, higher morals. You are not superior to us. So shut your stupid mouths. This is part of the reason why I don't even like to use the phrase white supremacy. Y'all are not supreme. You might be in a supreme position, but you're not supreme. You who are out here talking about and living the life of a white supremacist, I'm talking to you. There's nothing superior about you at all. You're a bunch of degenerates, actually. You see, you are just as much, if not more, of a criminal, as Black people. But on top of that, you have a prevalent type of crime that we don't have, and it's the most immoral. It's the most sinister. It stands out more than any of these other crimes. It's a worse type of crime than any of these crimes. You violating little kids all the way down to babies. Don't you ever fix your stupid white supremacist lips to criticize us again. We are staying on your necks. I'm staying on your necks, and I ain't letting nothing slide. You let me see another one of you at a college campus with your little MAGA hats, thinking you about to do some moral grandstanding and preach to us about morals. Let me see you. Let us see you do that again. We already getting warmed up. You heard those young college students at the HBCU point out that y'all be touching kids. We just now getting warmed up. Y'all better pump the brakes right now before you get dry roasted. And I'll leave it there.